Ladies and gentlemen, we went through a difficult and harsh year with many unforgettable impressions. With the unification and determination of the whole political system, the province achieved the important result. While the epidemic affects all aspects of life, maintaining positive economic growth is a brave effort. In particular, we have well controlled the COVID-19 epidemic to bring life into a new normal state, ending a year in the fear of the entire army and people. Entering the year 2022, we hope the epidemic will be pushed back, the economy will develop and get the best thing, and success will come to each person, each family.
The hardest year has passed, a year when the whole political system of the province had to deploy solutions to prevent and control the epidemic, protect people's health and safety, while ensure economic development. With the spirit of solidarity, party committees, authorities, unions at all levels, along with people and businesses in Tay Ninh, have unanimously overcome the most difficult period. Currently, although the epidemic is still spreading, but since entering the new normal state until now, the positive signs are more and more. The number of COVID-19 cases in the province decreased sharply. Despite many difficulties, the government, business, communities, and people of Tay Ninh have made every effort to be able to adapt safely, flexibly, and effectively control the COVID-19 epidemic. Production and business activities from unassertively restarting after a difficult period because of the epidemic have stabilized and accelerated. On behalf of the provincial leadership, I would like to say the difficulties with all economic sectors, businesses and people during the pandemic, even for the great losses about human caused by the pandemic. I also would like to express my thanks and appreciate the cooperation and contribution of all economic sectors, the joint effort of the whole people. We have overcome those difficulties and basically controlled the pandemic, creating favorable conditions for us to enter a new phase of flexibly adapting to the pandemic, to continue developing the economy and improving people's life. In 2022, Tay Ninh set out a goal to strive in which the gross domestic product in the province will increase by 6.5% or more, GDP at constant 2010 prices. GDP per capita at current prices reaches $3,500. The average value of harvested products per hectare of arable land is 105 million Vietnam dong per hectare. The structure of economy in the GDP, agricultural, forestry, fisheries will reach 20 to 21%. Industry, construction will reach 44 to 45%. Services, excluding products tax, will reach 29 to 30%. State budget revenue in the area reaches 10,020 billion Vietnam dong. Investment capital for social development is equal to 36% of GDP. Index of industrial production increased by 12% or more. Total retail sale of goods and service revenue increased by 8% or more. Export turnover increased by 8%. The rate of poor households is from 0.5% to 0.7%. The rate of commutes meeting new rural standards is nearly 86%, of which there are 8 commutes meeting the advanced new rural standards, 2 commutes meeting the modern new rural standards. The epidemic has been controlled. The implementation of the New Year's plan will reduce heavy pressure. However, the difficulty is not over. Overcoming the epidemic, developing the economy that is the goal, the desire of the people of Tay Ninh. 2022 is the second year of implementing the resolution of the 11th Tay Ninh Provincial Party Congress, which Tay Ninh Provincial People's Committee has determined is an important year, creating a foundation for carrying out the goals of the Socio-Economic Development Plan in 5 years of 2021-2025, facing many difficulties caused by the COVID-19 epidemic and the challenges of a new journey. It requires Tay Ninh to make stronger efforts to innovate and take more drastic actions. To achieve the goals, tasks, and solutions set by the resolution of the Provincial Party Committee and the Provincial People's Council in 2022, the Provincial People's Committee has developed a plan and action program in which it focuses on promoting a number of key tasks. Specifically, it continues to seamlessly deploy the tasks and solutions of 2022 right from the beginning of the year with the highest political determination. Then it is to step up the implementation of epidemic prevention and control measures to ensure the victory of the dual goals. We continue to effectively implement the breakthrough programs that the province has set out. Especially, it will implement the breakthrough program on infrastructure development. We will remove the difficulties and obstacles in the work of compensation and site clearance to focus on speeding up the progress of key traffic works connecting the region, in which the special attention is paid to coordination with Ho Chi Minh City to continue implementing legal steps on schedule to soon realize the Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Expressway. This is a lively backbone route and can be said to create a great impetus and pervasiveness not only between Ho Chi Minh City and Tay Ninh, but also create a pervasive driving force for the general development of the entire southern key economic region. In particular, we will continue to create conditions for investors to rapidly develop projects to turn Bay Mountain National Tourist Area into a national and international tourist area that creates a pervasive effect for investment attraction and socio-economic development. A very important point is to deploy and implement on schedule, ensure quality, complete the Tay Ninh Provincial Master Plan for the period of 2021-2030 with orientation to 2050 and sectoral plans for us to seamlessly integrate in the provincial planning. This is the most important legal element to serve as the basis for orienting socio-economic development in both the immediate and long term, and especially also an important legal basis for us to promote investment attraction. Among the key solution groups, the province has more guidelines and policies to help businesses and people restore production, business, and digital transformation. Currently, the Department of Planning and Investment is also advising the Provincial Committee on incentives to account for specific investment in the province, as well as solutions to remove difficulties in investment policies under the new investment law, as well as issue decrees, especially the request to remove difficulties in the field of land. This is the bottleneck that the Department of Planning and Investment and other departments in the province currently advise the Provincial People's Committee to create conditions for investors to access the project, freeing the province land resources. This is the main resource that we, along with the Department of Natural Resources and Environment, the Department of Construction, are making solutions to remove each obstacle to come for investment, as well as the list of projects that the province has called. In addition, the province also cooperates with Young Business Association and Cooperative Alliance to have discussions, room meetings, and exchanges to remove difficulties and obstacles for businesses to access resources of the province for development. In addition, we have also advised the Provincial People's Committee to submit a project on mobilizing resources for the whole society in the 2021-2025 period to the Standing Board of the Provincial Party Committee. This is also the basis for mobilizing on external resources in order to have resources for Tay Ninh to develop. Another thing is that the investment and development of key projects, such as the Ho Chi Minh Mobile Highway on the Goyo Samad project, is also a reminds basis, and especially the traffic to connect the traffic between Ho Chi Minh City and Tay Ninh closer. because we check resources, not only human resources, but also social resources, in which the main transport connection is to pull closer between the Ho Chi Minh City and Tay Ninh, creating conditions for investors to shorten the distance between Tay Ninh and Ho Chi Minh City, as well as between Tay Ninh and the city ports, creating favorable conditions for freight transport for development. Along with solutions to improve the investment environment, administrative reform, and enhance human resources, the investment in infrastructure, especially transport infrastructure, is considered as important thing to create a push for Tay Ninh to call for investment, explore potentials which are appreciated such as tourism, cross-border economy, high-tech agriculture. In 2022, Tay Ninh will continue to spend quite a lot of capital on new investment and upgrading many roads. We have coordinated closely with the Ministry of Transport and central ministries to implement locally relevant contents of the approved national sector plans. At the same time, we have proposed the contents related to investment and development of transport infrastructure in the province to the central government, in which to closely coordinate when the central government has implemented projects in the province such as Ho Chi Minh Road, Border Patrol Road, ensuring timely handover the site as planned. We work together with the provinces in the southern key economic region, especially the neighboring localities in which the Ho Chi Minh City Mobile Highway is targeted. In 2022, it tried to approve investment policies, set investment prices, and be to choose investors. At the same time, the locality has deployed the notification of land acquisition and conducted a tally to make a plan for compensation and site clearance. We perform the state management function as a specialized agency of the province on quality management of traffic works in the area, closely coordinating with districts and cities to actively work to address the problems of localities related to the transportation industry to promptly coordinate to solve. Promote calling for investment in projects on developing and improving inland waterway transport, especially port projects along Saigon and Vàm Cỏ Đông rivers. Calling for investment in warehouse and logistics centers after the projects being approved. Right from the early days of 2022, before the Lunar New Year, Trân Phú Street and An Phước Bridge have been put into use. In this year, the Department of Transport will continue to complete the project of Đất Sét Bến Cù Rậu, the project of upgrading and expanding the DT7H2, 7H4 road, the sections from the National Highway 22 bypass to Tân Bình intersection. Besides, there are many new construction projects which will open a new development space, creating a driving force to connect localities in the province, in particular and the southeast region, with regions in general. In the field of agriculture, after a year of hard work because of the pandemic, Tay Ninh has also oriented and planned and offer practical solutions to invest, reproduce, and enhance product value. The bright spot in the development is still the promotion of economic restructuring, which is creating prosperity in many fields, including agriculture. The trend of digital transformation in agriculture opens up potential opportunities for the application of scientific and technical advances in agricultural production to increase the added value of products. The supportive policies for production development in the province was promulgated and have gradually came into life, creating a great impetus to promote oriented development of agriculture. We have gone through the challenges. The more difficult it is, the more we show our bravery, solidarity, and join hands to overcome, so that we continue to look towards the future and especially together to actualize the goals and solutions of socio-economic development in 2022. And it believes that with that consensus of our economic sectors and our classes of people, we will continue to rise strongly and get even higher and more comprehensive achievements, and have Tay Ninh develop quickly in economy, maintain national defense and security, and will continue to control and push back the epidemic, so that we can actualize our goals of effectively preventing and controlling the epidemic, while restoring the economy, improving the people's life with a new spirit and momentum. With the resilience of the brave and resilient homeland, we will definitely be successful. Welcoming New Year, our journey continues to overcome the challenge of the COVID-19 pandemic with faith in the leadership of the party and the state. The plans for a sustainable development in Tay Ninh in the new year and the following years are being carried out by Tay Ninh people with a sense of responsibility and pride in their homeland tradition of loyalty and resilience.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now the duration of program wraps up. Thanks for your attention and goodbye for now.